What's up, guys? It's What's His Face the Patriot again for another car ride discussion. Today we're going to go over five quotes that I really enjoy or that I really relate to, and just briefly talk about why. First quote is by Jordan Peterson. A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control. And that's a really good quote, especially with a lot of what's going on. There has been a push to destroy masculinity among men. Now there's a lot of people standing up pushing to bring masculinity back. A man that is harmless, I don't even know. I don't even know how you would describe that. But a man is someone who has the ability to protect his family, protect his home, and protect his country. A man, in my opinion, is somebody who is well-read. They're wise. They understand the importance of violence. They become proficient in violence. And in the becoming proficient in violence, you gain the wisdom when it is necessary. And learning, and in that wisdom of when it is necessary, you truly become a man. Like, you become someone who is set apart to defend your home, to defend your family, to defend your country, who provides a security to your community, to your home. Another one is Lieutenant Colonel Grossman, the sheepdog quote that's really famous. The sheep pretend that the wolf will never come. The sheepdog live for that day. And a lot of these quotes are going to kind of be around the same ideology. But it's just like, an example of this is the whole gun control debate, right? So, the sheep pretend that the wolf will never come. That's your gun control advocates, right? So they think, well, what do you need a gun for? Well, what do you need a gun that holds 30 rounds for? Because they don't, in their little bubble, in their own little world, and they're sitting in their house, and nobody's gonna come for them. Nothing bad's gonna happen, but it might. And especially with the way this country's going, eventually it's going to. The sheepdog is the guy that prepares. The sheepdog is the man who is proficient in violence, but controls it. He is the watcher of his community, protector of his home and his family, ultimately his country. It's vital to have the mentality that stuff is going to go bad or may go bad. And if it doesn't, well then awesome. But, it's just kind of like the phrase, like it's better to have a gun and not need one than to need one and not have one. Same ideology. You've got to be prepared. Alright, moving on. Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next one, because I think that both of these are very close in purpose and in meaning. So Thomas Jefferson is, I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. There's so many people out there who are just comfortable with the government controlling everything, as an example. The government, y'all have been to the DMV, right? The government can screw up anything. Everything that they touch, they screw up. There's very few things that they do well. and you want them to control everything. Like, the finances are ridiculous. There's so much corruption, so many people pocketing extra money, and that's your tax money. That is money that you have worked for, and they're taking it, and you're okay with it because they provide services, or they do this, or they do that. You cannot surrender liberty for the sake of slavery. And what that means is, if the government, well, we want to take your guns. Don't worry, we're going to provide security. I mean, look at the average response time of a 911 call. You're going to bank your life on that? You're going to surrender your liberty and your rights for a security blanket that is false? It's ridiculous. The last one that I've got here, Benjamin Franklin. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. And I'm kind of to just go on a short rant here. It goes right back to what I was just saying. But to take it a step further, when he says they deserve neither liberty nor safety, it's true. When things happen, you're going to have, let's say something catastrophic happens, Civil War breaks out, revolution, whatever, zombie apocalypse, whatever fits your thoughts there. You're going to have a couple different types of people. You're going to have the guy that is prepared, who has his firearms, has his training, is proficient in violence, who is prepared and ready and engages the enemy. And then you're going to have a lot of people who are just dumbfounded and in awe of what's taking place, that they can't even react. And they're basically going to hide behind somebody that is prepared. And what have they contributed? Yes, we need to, as going back to the sheepdog thing, we need to protect those who can't protect themselves. But there's a difference between somebody who can't protect themselves and someone who is ignorant and has chose to not protect themselves. And it's gonna be a pretty big number. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the 3%ers. They're a nationwide group. But the reason they call themselves the 3%ers is based on the ideology that it was roughly 3% of the population of what later became the United States that fought for our liberty, that fought for our independence from the British regime. So basically, the point that I'm trying to make is that it's going to be few, and that we need to, and that's one of the reasons these quotes are so important to me, is we just need to have these conversations. We need to get together. We need to teach each other. We need to train each other. We need to educate each other. We need to read. You need to understand history. You need to understand that history repeats itself. And the United States is an awesome country. I love my country. But I think I'd be naive to think that it's too great to fall. I think that white-knuckled, hard-working people is what's going to hold this country together in the end. And when things go really south, people are going to have to stand up. They're going to have to take a place. And it's going to be hard. I mean, the hardest thing you've ever done. And you got to be prepared. You got to have the mentality. You got to develop a thought pattern and train your mind, train your thoughts, train your body to think. Get some training, talk to some people, do some reading. If you need help, I'll give you sources. But anyway, that's my short rant for the day. Thanks, guys.